Hello YouTube, it's Bird o' Prey 5, and welcome to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Qless. This is Season 1, Episode 6 if you're going by Netflix, Episode 7 if you go by everyone else. This is the one and only time Q appears in Deep Space Nine. Also the last time Vash. Picard's on again, off again, love interest who ran away with Q in Next Gen appears in Star Trek so far. There's a small chance they could bring the character back in the upcoming Picard series. Wouldn't that be something? But for now, it is her final appearance in Star Trek. I believe her third and final appearance. Thomas Potts is in the house. He's first and only in the house. Welcome, Thomas. Yes. Nerdrotic started streaming muted. Nerdrotic pulled a Bird of Prey. Where the F is everyone? I don't know. I don't know, Thomas. I'm guessing they're at Nerdrotic. Well, even if it's just me, I still have to do the stream. That's what happens when you're a YouTuber. Get to, yes, your channel. 2 people watching. Interesting. James Space Photography is in the house. Welcome, James Space Photography. How's my favorite Klingon doing this stormy day? This fine stormy day. Well, I'm doing not bad. Not bad. Just, we finished up with Camille a few minutes ago. And, got ready to stream. Welcome. Thank you for coming. DJ Odyssey says, I am here. Chris Perzer, DJ Odyssey, tell Bird I said hi. I'll PayPal him a secondary hello. Oh, well, that's very nice of Chris Perzer. I'm sure he's over at Nerdrotic stream. I will be honest. I was tempted to say, maybe we can wait till tonight. And I'd go listen to Nerdrotic for 2 hours, but, I'd probably fall asleep. No, not because of Nerdrotic, just because I was tired. So I figured, let's get this started. Let's get the party started. Of course, going up against Nerdrotic, yeah, it's not going to be a record stream by any means. But what are you going to do? Thomas Potts says, DJ Odyssey, did you just at yourself? Well, I think he just copied Chris Purzer's chat from Nerdrotic's stream and pasted it here. The Multi-Gunman is in the house. Hi, Bird. How's it going? It's going good, Multi-Gunman. Glad to see you made it. DJ says, no, I was sending the message Chris told me to say. I got it. Yes. Okay. Copied and pasted. Understood. So DJ, I heard you might have been playing my music on your radio show. That's cool, actually. I'm glad I hope you didn't get a lot of negative comments. I can't imagine that you got a lot of positive comments, but I hope you didn't get a lot of negative comments. DJ said, see, Bird figured it out. Yeah, it was the old Karogan. We call brains in Karoga hearts of the head. So I used the old heart of the head to figure it out using logic. Kennewick Sapien says, by chatting in chat unsubbed. What? What's by chatting? DJ says, damn straight I did. I didn't get any negative comments. Well, DJ, that's tough. I don't know if that means that everybody enjoyed it or no one listened. Thomas Potts with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Thomas. Says it's going to take you 7 years to review 1 week. No. We're doing a week. We're doing an episode a week. So in 1 year, we'll do 52 episodes. That will get us almost, I think that would get us into season 3, if not right at the edge of season 3. DJ says, next week I'm going to play them your ode to an unknown subscriber. Lol, yeah, well, I should play it right now, because I lost a subscriber overnight. At least one. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says, Qapla, shoot another astronaut yet. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe after this stream, I'll get into space engineers. I'll see how I'm feeling. Thomas Potts has 176 weeks. Well, yeah, that's to finish the entire series. I'll be honest, when we get towards some of the later seasons, things get better. Maybe we'll bump it up to twice a week. I don't know. We'll see. DJ says, kill any more people not going to the park. I did not, because I didn't really play City Skylines. I only turned it on. Actually, I did play it, but I didn't play it. I just turned it on to let a city run so I could upload it. So I could try to get one of these other YouTubers who fix cities. There's a couple of them that do city fixes. And none of them bit on Nerd Island. None of them wanted to fix Nerd Island. But I got Karoga City, which is my 500,000 plus population city. So I want to see if I can get any of them to pick up and fix that city. It's having problems with the trains. I don't know. I think they might be interested in seeing such a big city. We'll see. Captain Cat, welcome. Captain Cat says, damn, you lost 2 subs, brother. It's tough. It's the game, Captain Cat. It's the game. Gotta deal. Gotta roll with it. Kennewick says, oh, Bird lost 1,002 and gained 1,000. Might be. I didn't see the details. Just the net change. We've got some interesting something to show. Mamo pray. Could I get a white one? The white one.
Yes, the white one.
Oh, okay. Bring both. We'll be fair and balanced. I got the first 2 items from my merch store as a demo. Now there's a one more item that should be coming tomorrow. These 2 though were first to come in today. We've got mugs. We got mugs. Here is the first mug. It's got the Bird of Prey 5, my head in the jar, and birdofprey5.com coming up and down the side. But that's not all. That is not all. It might be hard to see because one of the fonts is green like the screen. You've got 3 exclusive Bird of Prey 5 quotes on the far side. First one in blue, it was a typo of the mouth. The bottom one in like a dark purplish says, there are plenty of fish in the ocean, so don't worry about irradiating it. And the middle one is, of course, the most famous. I loved my Jeep like a man loves his car or his Jeep. So you can start the morning with me and some wisdom and humor from your favorite head in a jar while you drink your morning coffee or your cup of soup. Also available in black. Of course, while they say it's black, it's in fact a white mug, but they just paint it black most of the way. Most of the way. And the quotes are on the back. They're easily readable in light. A little harder to read in the dark. The green font is perfectly fine. The other two are a little dark, but the black still looks good. And they're actually going to be available in lots of colors. I only ordered black and white for my own tastes. But yeah. So these mugs are looking pretty good. I don't have the link up yet. I want to see what the shirt looks like. But assuming that goes well, the link will be up at birdofprey5.com if you're interested. Some people said they were for reasons I don't understand. But if you're interested, I believe the price of these mugs is $13.99 US, regardless of color, and a similar price but slightly more expensive for Europeans, like $14 or $15.99 EU euros because of VAT. So there you go. Yeah, if you could take them. Kennewick, okay, no. DJ Odyssey says Cox News Network, CNN. I don't know. DJ says, yeah, I can't read them, too small. What's too small? Oh, the quotes. Well, yeah, it probably too small for you to read from there. But trust me, you'll be able to read them on the web page. Once the mug, these particular mugs are 11 ounces. Thomas Bud says, I don't drink coffee, but I'll have to buy that cup. Well, there will also be, assuming I go with it, T-shirts, phone covers, all types of stuff. Anything I could put the logo on. Really, Teespring makes it stupid easy. The shirts actually have a second design, a slightly different design. That design is exclusive to that mug. The rest of this stuff all have one other design. It's still got the head in the jar, but the website address is underneath, and there's one quote in like a speech bubble above it. And let's see, I received a message from PayPal, so whoever that might be, thank you. Let's see. Okay, it was Chris Purser. I'll catch up later. Oh, thank you, Chris. If you watch this later, I really appreciate it. It came in. Thank you. Multigun says the newest Bird of Prey 5 mug. No, it will not say. It will not say that. It will not say come for the anti-Semitism, stay for the hate. That is not what the mug is going to be. John DeMarco says greetings. Thomas Potts is lolling at Multi-Gunman. James Space Photography, do they come in Klingon green? Good question. Probably. They come in a lot of colors. And Multi-Gunman is smiling. Yeah. Also, I don't know how this is going to look on camera, but I've decided to don't Don't look. I decided to take up smoking, so I look cool. Right? Coolness factor increased tenfold. No, not working for me. Yeah. Well, we'll keep that. We'll keep that around. DJ Odyssey wants 10% for passing along the message. Sci-Fi Guy says, Qapla bird, Mamo pray, Sassy and chat. Welcome, Sci-Fi Guy. Thomas Fod says, Tosh is checking you out. Tosh. I call her Tosh, but it looks like it's spelled Tash. I forget. She's Mamo prays waving to everybody. Kennewick is saying Qapla, James Dean. Who's James Dean? Me. DJ Odyssey says just put on a hairpiece. And Kennewick says Vash. J-Boss says, hey guys, hope everyone is having a good day. Welcome, J-Boss. Miss Lindell's Groovy Movie says, end your life decreased by 10 years. Take it from a former smoker, it ain't worth it. Well, this is a fake cigarette. It's not real. Though it's supposed to look like it might actually be on, but there's no smoke, unfortunately. John DeMarco says you should try a Klingon hairpiece. You mean just a whole? Believe me, I looked for something that would give me ridges and hair. I couldn't find anything. Thomas says I typed Vash by accident. I typed T by accident. That's my uncle. Mom will pray we'll get it. Yes, I know. Penny Simmons is in the house. Says afternoon bird. Good afternoon, Penny. Welcome. DJ says John DeMarco does the Klingork hairstyle. I'm not doing Klingorks. Kennewick Sapien says he has a General Chang hairstyle. I ordered one of those General Chang things from Etsy, and I thought it was like a head mask and like it would go on the head. It was just this little dumb piece of foam rubber in the shape of like his weird mohawk ridge. It didn't. I would have to like completely shave my head, and then it was so worthless. It was a complete waste of $40 for the General Chang. I thought it was a headpiece from Etsy, but whatever. John Araki says Qapla family, oh pray and chat. Qapla, John Araki. James Space Photography says Alexa, light my cigar. And John Araki gave a $1 super chat. Thank you, John Araki. Thank you again. J-Boss says, GoFundMe for cosmetic surgery. I'll throw $10 for some ridges. I need surgery to look like a Klingon, yeah. DJ Odyssey says, the evil widget died again. And then John Araki says, never mind. Yeah, well, I see DJ's. John Araki's comment might be off the bottom. Let's see if it comes up. Yep. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start the well, you understand you are on camera. They can hear you right now. Okay. So I'm going to start the stream, the video, and okay. Sorry about that. Chat loves hearing Mamo pray. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure she wasn't discussing anything inappropriate. You know, she honestly didn't realize the microphone was picking her up. I can't. Mumbles is not safe. Because you'll hear that one line. That's too much. I'm not getting grouchy with Mamo Pray. I want her to honestly know that she was being picked up by the microphone. Yes, the Q. That's Cisco versus Q botching match. He's seen that look, says DJ. Yeah. Oh, there was something. Check Discord. You did raise your chin. Listening about Uncle Pray's latest prostate exam will break chat. Okay, I'm checking Discord. I'm checking Discord for Thomas. A link. Okay. Well, it's funny. I just ordered a pair of glasses. Actually 2. Actually 4. But in over 2 orders. It's a very interesting piece there, Thomas. I don't think it's going to work out for me. For this stream, but you know what? We will take a look at it. We'll take a look at it later on. Okay. What happened? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start again. This is season 1, episode 6 on Netflix. Episode 7, perhaps, on your DVDs, if you're going to follow along. Cue lists, and get ready to start it up. Let me get it ready, and I'm going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, now. So we're at Dr. Bashir is giving a story about he sounds like he's giving a war story, but he's clearly not. He took a deep breath. Now he's talking about a pericardial membrane. It was his test. He was giving a story like he was at war, but it was a test. And that's the test of how he became salutatorian. And the woman's like, salutatorian? And now he tells the story about how he wasn't Victorian. Valedictorian. He would have been valedictorian. But he missed a trick question. And the woman is all into it. She's fascinated. And O'Brien's in the background listening to all this, laughing in one respect, hard to hold his coffee in the other. And he's hysterical hearing Bashir. Hearing Bashir. Greetings to Uncle O'Prey. Anyway, Cisco called them over, and Bashir and O'Brien were called. They've got to open this this door. The hatch is made of duranium composite. It would take an hour for the phaser to cut through, and it's the Ganges. It's the Ganges. But Bashir is reading 3 passengers. There's only supposed to be 2. So O'Brien has an override, a battery he hooked in, and now they've got power to open just barely, just so ever so barely open the door. So they go in, and it's Dax, and O'Brien recognizes Vash, and he says it's Miles O'Brien from the Enterprise, and she's like, oh, huh. And O'Brien's like, what are you doing in the Gamma Quadrant? And Dax says, we found her there. She's been there over 2 years. And so the two people, which is Dax, some random officer, and Vash, came back. And so O'Brien asks Vash how she got to the Gamma Quadrant 2 years ago. And she said, a friend dropped me off. And Q was down pretending he was some officer working on the repair of the ship. And he turns around. And now we know it's going to be a Q episode. Just imagine had we been seeing this for the very first time. Q is back. Hallelujah. What great mysteries is he going to have? How is he going to pester Captain Sisko like he did Captain Picard, like he would do in the future Captain Janeway multiple times? I mean, surely he's not just going to be on Deep Space Nine once and all 7 seasons of Deep Space Nine. It's not that they have episodes that much better that the most popular recurring character from TNG is never going to be invited back to the show. That would be ridiculous. Shronmore says, welcome, greetings, Bird of Prey 5 and fellow nerds. Just got the notification. And greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, defiler of cushions, stalker of cardinals, and scourge of the squirrels. And she is out there scourging them right now. She's outside with Mamo Prey right now. Thank you, Shronmore. And Mamo Prey said greetings to Shronmore and all. That was before she went outside. So yeah, we've got the credits playing. The credits are still playing. The runabout's about to go through the wormhole. I don't ask how did the wormhole know to open when the runabout was still at the station. That's quantum. That's details. And Vash is asking if she'll live, and Bashir says he's fine. In fact, she's in remarkable shape. And Vash says, well, I try. And Bashir's like, well, I mean, you managed well, saying you've been out of contact of civilization. And Vash is saying, I'd hardly call the Gamma Quadrant uncivilized. And she's seen some civilizations dated back hundreds of thousands of years. And now Bashir's trying to get a date with her. I'd love to hear about some of them over dinner, perhaps. And Bashir is saying that there's nothing wrong with her. Vash saying, you sound disappointed. And Bashir's like, I am. I have no reason to keep you. Because that's not creepy. It's not creepy that your doctor is trying to hit on you. So now Dax is kind of being debriefed by Sisko on how did Vash get to the wormhole, get to the Gamma Quadrant. And Sisko's asking, well, how did she get there if she didn't know about the wormhole? And Dax says Vash didn't want to talk about it. She said it was a personal matter, and also that she's claiming to be an archaeologist. But Sisko smells something, wants to get this checked out. So now Vash is looking for someplace safe to store something. This is the Ashe office, which I don't think we ever see again. Apparently this is like their bank vault. And you need verified retinal print. It's an MK12 Cardassian retinal scanner. Just to be clear. And for those worrying about trivia, she uses cubicle 19, and they're doing the inventory of what's going in there. Assorted gems, a statue, a necklace she's handing off. He calls it a gold necklace. Of course, it's only partially gold. One dagger, bronze and gold, 25 centimeters. You would think a bronze dagger probably has no value in the future, since they could just replicate it. Now she brings out the big thing. It's a glowing rock. And the guy says, beautiful, I've never seen anything like it. Some type of Promethean quartz, and she says, that's what I thought, but it's not. And they end inventory. She has to enter an access code now. She's got to put her hand over so he doesn't see the PIN number. Her access code sounded like it was 3 digits. Beep, beep, beep. Maybe a 4th beep. But clearly in the future, they do not use particularly long passwords. It was probably 1, 2, 3. And now Cisco came over, and he heard her saying that she's leaving in the morning on the whatever transport. And now Cisco is carrying her bag. Why are you carrying her bag, Commander Cisco? Cisco's saying that the Daystrom Institute would be disappointed. And she's like, why does the Daystrom Institute have to do with this? And Cisco's like, well, you've been there. Everything you could tell them about the Gamma Quadrant. And Cisco said that Professor Wu really wants to speak to you. And Vash said, really, did he say that he suspended me? And Vash admits that she puts profit ahead of research all the time. Cisco could arrange passage back to Earth. Vash takes him up on the offer, which is incredible because I kind of thought she'd probably get arrested. But apparently not. She's going to take Cisco up on his offer to tender back to Earth. So O'Brien is checking the ship, and he's saying there's nothing wrong with the ship. The power is empty. The warp core is about to collapse, but there's nothing wrong with any of it. Once we put power back in, it should be fully operational. Cisco's asking if he checked the power linkages. O'Brien's like, I can't explain it. It's like something tapped into the ship systems and drained them dry. And he's asking how well O'Brien knows Vash. And Cisco's like, what was she doing? What was she doing on the Enterprise? And O'Brien says, well, her and Picard were friends. Close friends, if you know what I mean. And Cisco says, really? Vash doesn't seem to be Picard's type. And O'Brien says the captain likes a good challenge, sir. So now Deep Space Nine is showing power fluctuations. A broad spectrum power drain, according to Dax. Now Dax is asking if he's reading any graviton flux around the transfer systems, and Dax is saying, yep, because he is. And Dax is saying that's exactly how the problems began on the runabout. So whatever was on the runabout is now causing the same problems that all nearly destroyed the runabout, except now it's on the station. So O'Brien is showing Vash to her quarters. Said that it's these are Cardassian living quarters. It may take, the bed will take some getting used to, because I guess they couldn't replicate new beds. And Vash asks, how is Jean-Luc? And O'Brien says, the captain? Last time I saw him, he was fine. And Vash says she's going to have to look him up. Wouldn't it be cool if Vash was in the Picard series? Maybe Vash and Picard got married? Maybe Vash, I don't know. Maybe Vash is the cause of him leaving Starfleet. So apparently they just fashion crew quarters, guest quarters with random pieces of artwork. She's playing around with it. They actually have drawers. Look at that. And there's Q. There's Q. He just showed up. And Q is saying, how can Vash still be interested in Jean-Luc? And Vash is saying she should have listened to him when he warned her about him. And Q is saying that he's back, and Vash is saying, I didn't leave you. No, you didn't leave me, I left you. And Q just used his powers to put everything she unpacked back in the bag. So she's got to unpack it again. Like, why? Why would you even unpack it again? Q is trying to get her to go to different places. This planet that thinks they're the only intelligent life in the universe. And Q is saying, well, you choose. And she says, I choose never to go with you again. And Q promised to take her to places no human has ever seen before. And Vash said, and you have. And it was wonderful. And she's done. She's done. And now Q is getting all up in her personal space. Yeah, he's getting too close. That could be considered sexual assault. And Vash is saying she's not interested. Vash wants the life she had before she met Q. Q is saying, the eminent Vash wanted dead on Mirrodin, Prezada and Grata on Beta Z, wanted dead or alive somewhere, preferably dead. And they're just talking about different planets. And she's saying they weren't happy to see you on this planet. What'd they call you? The god of lies? And Quark came in to visit, and Q just made Quark disappear. And now Vash is demanding that he bring Quark back. And Q disappeared and Quark appeared. Quark doesn't understand what happened. Says, my name is Quark. It's come to my attention that you have access to certain items that might turn a tidy profit. And she's listening. She picked a bottle of liquor out of his hand. And Quark is saying, for percentage, he might be able to arrange, an auction. And Vash said she only accept payment in gold press latinum. And Quark says, I'll split it with you 50-50. And Vash says, I think you're trying to take advantage of me, Mr. Quark. And now Vash pulls out the Umox. The Umox, yes, Umox, that anti-trekker didn't know what Umox was. And now Quark is saying she's not going to be distracted by her feminine wiles. He demands 40%. She keeps at the ears, and he's gone down to 30%. And he said 22% and don't stop. And Vash says he's got a deal. But she stops. And she tells Quark that she expects he'll make all the necessary arrangements, and shows him the door. And Quark tells her that she's very, very good. Very good. And Q is back, of course. Vash, somebody else was at the door. Vash yells, "Enter." Q disappears. And it's Bashir. It's Julian. Julian says, "Call me Julian." And he has no official reason for dropping by. He thought he would come contribute to her good health by buying her dinner. She's accepting. Except that Q appeared behind Bashir and is making faces. And so Vash is like, though I need like 20 minutes to freshen up or so, because she didn't want him to see Q. And now Q is here saying that these mating rituals are actually quite disgusting. Vash is pushing him away, saying, get out, I can take care of myself." And Q said, "Really? Well, we'll see about that." And he disappears. So what does Q have up his sleeve? Bashir is sitting at Quark's bar at a table, and Q came over dressed as a Bajoran waiter and says he's making a big mistake with Vash, and Q is using his powers to make Bashir very, very sleepy. And Bashir gets up and he's like, "Oh God, I felt fine before." He feels a bit spent. Maybe he'll go lie down for a minute. And Bashir ends up sleeping through, but O'Brien catches eye of Q, and he realizes Q is on board. He says, "Oh bloody hell," and he's headed up to Ops to tell Cisco about Q. And he says, "I just saw Q on the promenade." And Cisco knows who Q is. He was briefed on it. They were briefed on him years ago. Kira has no idea who Q is. Says, "What's Q?" Says, "A very powerful being." And you should ask Vash about Q, says O'Brien. They're like, "Why Vash?" And like, because they know each other. And he's like, "From the Enterprise." And O'Brien's like, "I think they actually meant in Sherwood Forest." And they was one of the little jokes Q played on the Enterprise crew. So O'Brien, there's more power failures. O'Brien is saying it's got to be Q, one of these stupid jokes he plays. He's checked everything. It's certainly not the station. So Vash and Quark are going through her stuff. And the glowing egg thing, the glowing crystal thing, Quark is saying it's worthless. He'll pay 7 bars of gold pressed. Vash says it's worth 50 times that. And Quark is saying, "Okay, I'll give you I'll give you 30 bars. And Vash says the bidding starts at 200 bars of gold pressed latinum for that glowing crystal thing. Quark is turned on by her business skills. And Vash asks Cisco, where's that doctor of yours? He was supposed to meet here. And Cisco asks, Vash, tell me about Q. And Q is sitting at the bar behind him, turns around and says, I'll tell you anything you want to know. So this is Q and Cisco's first meeting. Q asks Cisco, did he request this assignment or is Starfleet punishing him? And here's where Q changes from the TNG uniform to the Deep Space Nine uniform. He says, oh, I will admit I like your new tailor. And he switches uniforms to the Deep Space Nine uniform instead of the TNGs, which is red, of course, on the top instead of the red in the middle. Cisco said you came to the wrong place. He's not gonna play with Q. Q said he was hoping for a little witty repartee, but clearly he's not gonna get that here. And Vash is telling her that it's over, and Q says, let's not forget, I'm the Q, you're the lowly human, I decide when the partnership's open. And Cisco says, let's discuss this in private. And Q says, excellent idea. And he snaps his fingers and everybody disappears. Everybody disappears. Cisco comes up to him and demands that he brings everybody back. And Q says, or what? You're going to thrash me? But Cisco insists. And Q brings them back into a boxing match. And Q has this ridiculous handlebar mustache. And they're boxing. And Q takes the first couple of hits at Cisco. And Cisco just boom, one hit, then a second hit. And Q falls over. And Cisco just gives him a look like. And Q says, you hit me. Picard never hit me. And Cisco says, I'm not Picard. And Q says, oh, you're not. You're much easier to tempt. How fortunate for me. And disappears. And despite Q saying that, we know Q never comes back after this episode. So you know what? Captain Cisco did absolutely the right thing here. Punch Q in the face, and Q's not going to come back. Picard should have socked him once or twice. I did not see the blooper, Thomas. Okay, so there's a decompression going on. They're calling decompression protocol in ops. They brought the shields up. Kira's saying there's a minor hull breach in one of the upper sections. And there's hull breaches all around the station. Emergency systems appear to be functioning and repair crews are responding. And the breach was caused by some type of focused graviton pulse. And Cisco saying if this continues, it could happen in a reaction core. Dax says maybe we should negotiate with Q because she thinks Q is causing it. Cisco is saying this doesn't strike me as Q's style. He's already the Q expert, or Q-spert. Odo summoned Quark to the office, and Odo knows Quark was going to sell some stuff from the Gamma Quadrant, and Quark is like, you were eavesdropping on me. What were you this time? The table, the chair, the wine bottle? And Odo says, when are you going to realize that you have no secrets from me? And Quark says, I have invited select clients here. And Odo says, what makes them so select? And Quark says, they're all very wealthy and not too bright. Now Odo's going off about how us humanoids, we buy all this stuff, we do it till our living quarters are filled with junk, and then we die and our relatives sell it all and it starts all over. He's now seeing if Odo would want anything, desired anything. And he goes a whole bunch of stuff. And he says, how about a latinum-plated bucket to sleep in? And Odo thinks for a second and then just says no. And Quark got his hopes up. Now, Odo doesn't long for any of those. Only for Kira. Yes, Quark versus Odo is always gold. So Vash is getting ready to leave. She tells Q that she can take care of herself. And Q says, do you remember that tiny insect bite you had on some planet? If he hadn't been there and then he snapped his fingers and she lost like 3/4 of her hair. And now she's got bumps all over her face. He's making her ugly. But she is standing her ground. She's saying it's over. And now he's making her old and feeble. Oh, it's like almost, it's bad. And Q is going to leave her to reconsider the offer of friendship. And he turned her back to normal Vash after he disappeared. Somebody finally came over to help her. And they're all looking at her, very weirded out, because I'm sure most of them don't know what's going on. Thomas says, bird of prey in the blooper. Q says, or what, you'll ravish me? And Avery Brooks says, I might. Check bird cam 3. You heard the car horns? Yeah, it was just some idiot driving down the block with his horn behind a slower moving car. The horns of the apocalypse. No, it was just somebody in a car. So this is all tech babble. Oh, Q just showed back up. Still chasing all your tail. Q is saying Picard would have had it figured out by now. And no wonder why you don't have a starship. And Kira calls security. And Q. O'Brien stepped up and said, "Why don't you do something useful like torment Cardassians?" And Q's like, "Do I know you?" And he says, "Yes, O'Brien from the Enterprise." And Q says, "Oh yes, weren't you one of the little people?" So now Q is saying, while you're up here, Vash is down there engaging in commerce, setting Federation ethics back 200 years. And she's more dangerous to them than to Q. So now Cisco and Kira look at each other like something's amiss. So now Quark's people are coming in. They're all weird-looking aliens. USC code. He wants the Gamma Quadrant merchandise. Better be legitimate or he'll toss Quark out of the nearest airlock. And Quark is saying, no, each piece comes with a statement of authenticity from Vash, the Federation's foremost expert on the Gamma Quadrant. And the alien says, in that case, stop sniffling and get me something to drink. And Vash is saying, are they all that pleasant? And Q says, I don't care about their manners. Quark says, I don't care about their manners. Quark doesn't care about their manners. He just cares that they're honest collectors of antiquity. And Quark is asking Vash what she would say about a permanent partnership. And Vash is done. She's looking for a nice, quiet life back on Earth. And Quark is saying it won't last a month. You look for excitement, adventure, and profit. Vash says not anymore. And Quark asks if she'd like to make a wager on it. Then the whole station shakes, and now we're back in ops. And Dax says that gravitation levels increased by 60%. And Kira says that we're being pulled out of their normal position, and they're firing thrusters to try to keep the station in its normal position. But the station looks like it's being pulled along pretty good. So Brian says it's feeding off the station's power. Maybe we can cut it off if we shut our main power. So Cisco says put life support on emergency backup and cut everything else. But they're being pulled into the wormhole. They're on a heading that will take the entire station into the wormhole. Obviously at a very slow speed, because they're not all that far from the wormhole. Excuse me. Okay, so we're back at the auction. Quark is reminding everybody that payment must be in gold press latinum and all transactions are final. And it says bid high and bid often. So Vash is talking about the first item. It's a statue from the Barath system. And Vash is talking about nonsense nobody wants to hear, about the history of the civilization that made the statue. And Quark is looking at her. He's realizing that she doesn't know the first thing about doing an auction. He's saying, this isn't the Daystrom Institute. Watch closely. So Quark takes the statue, and he's gonna do the auction. Says, friends, it's rare, it's beautiful, and it's a Gamma Quadrant original, and it can be yours for the right price. Bidding starts at 10 bars of gold pressed latinum. And we got a 10, we got a 15, 16s, 17. Be the first person to own a piece of the Gamma Quadrant. So Quark knows how to run the auction. Vash, for all her cuteness, she doesn't know about selling these items to Quark's buyers. She was giving a whole spiel on history that none of them care about. Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat says midnight, soothing bird of prey voice for a good sleep. Thank you so much, Joseph. Have a very good night. I appreciate you coming by and appreciate the €2 super chat. And Sassy heard the door, but I don't see anybody. So Quark is saying this was sold for 36 bars of gold pressed latinum. Breaking news, Vimeo banned Project Veritas, says Thomas Potts. Wow. Ector says Sassy has an unsoothing voice. You can go to the door, you can't see. So Quark is trying to sell more items. 45 items. Oh, this dagger. This dagger. Quark is going for 50. And Q came up. Q came to the auction and says, I hate to interrupt, but I just thought I'd let you know that the station is hurtling to its doom, and it's very unlikely any of you will survive to enjoy your purchases. And of course, everybody got up, and Quark is like, Quark is like, free drinks for everyone. Vash is coming over to Q and saying, even you, I have a hard time that you would kill all these people just to get me. And Q's like, I thought about it, but it's not me. But I could save you if you wanted me to. He said he's never seen a space station destroyed before. So the thing got sold for 105 bars of gold pressed latinum. So Dax wants to bring the reactors back online, and O'Brien says, but that's gonna feed right back in the graviton field. And Dax says yes, but it could give us a reading big enough to trace. And Cisco's all for it. So now they're bringing the power on, even though it could bring them a lot faster into the wormhole. So they just sold the necklace. And now we come to the final item of the auction. And it was well worth the wait. The biggest, the best item, the glowing crystal. And everybody is amazed, even though in 2019 we could make that glowing crystal for probably $20 in China. Maybe less. But we're already at 300 bars of gold pressed latinum. 350, 400. This is going bigger than Quark could imagined. 520. 600 bars, an alien with 6 fingers. 600 bars. Quark is beside himself. Okay, so now they trace that the power drain is coming from the promenade. So now the alien from the beginning offered 2,500 bars of gold pressed latinum. And Quark is like, and then Q offers 2,501. Q. So Dax and Kira and Cisco are using their tricorders to find it. So now the alien says 3,000 bars of gold pressed latinum, my final offer. And Q says 1,000,000 bars. And Quark is like 1,000,000 bars. Going once, going twice. Sold. And Cisco came in. Cisco came in with Kira and Dax. They realize that the graviton building up is coming from this item. And Cisco puts his comm badge on it and says transported 500 meters from the docking ring. And they beam it out into space. Quark is like, but I haven't been paid. And now they're running to a window to see what's going on. And they see it turn into a space stingray. It is a space stingray, and it goes through the wormhole. So, you know what? We got space stingrays in Deep Space Nine. And Cisco is doing his speech with the thing off the station. Graviton levels have returned to normal. And Quark is telling Vash, so she's off to the Daystrom Institute. She's going to get tired of whining students and long, boring conferences. He's trying to get her to stay. Quark's saying, but you wouldn't be interested. And Vash says, in what? And Quark says, I hear they've uncovered the ruins of the Rockeye provincial capital on something 5. And Vash is saying, forget it, Quark. She's going back to Earth. Now Q's back, and he's saying, an abysmal place. Earth is abysmal. 1,000 years ago, Earth had character. Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, Watergate. Now it's just mind-numbingly dull. So she says, well, by all means, then don't come with me. And Quark whispers into her ear, I think you'd be much happier poking around the ruins of Centaurus 5. And Vash says, I don't need your advice. And she says, do you really think? And Quark says, Q says, I think I still owe you 1,000,000 bars of gold-pressed latinum. Vash says, keep it, just give me back my life. Q says, you'll regret it if I do. And Vash says, I want it. I insist. And Q's like, okay. But it won't be the same without you. Seeing the universe through her eyes, he was able to experience wonder. And Vash says, in some ways, I'll miss you too. And Q says, maybe I can drop in sometime. And Vash says, oh God, I hope not. So now Vash asks Q, after touching his ear in a, erotic way, what's the quickest way to that planet Taurus 5? And now Bashir just woke up. He's been asleep for days. He missed everything. Nobody ever asked where was Bashir for days. Bashir didn't report to work, and nobody cared. Nobody checked on him. Nobody called him. He's been asleep for days in his room under Q's spell. End of episode. So it was a fun episode. It was fun to see Q back and Vash back. Granted, it's all we'll ever see of Q in Deep Space Nine, but it was perfectly decent as episodes go. Where we got? Okay, yeah, we got Julian. I see Cousin Dibs is in the house. Cousin Dibs, hey Joe. Can I make a request to do a BedLife Bitcoin blockchain review? You want to do a BedLife Bitcoin? I know Bitcoin was up to its highest I've seen today. I actually would have made a profit had I sold my Bitcoin that I bought several years ago. Had I sold it today, I would have made like $20. But yeah, we should do it. We should do one. Of course, not tonight. But let's talk. Let's talk after this. Let's see when your schedule is good. Shawmore says, I offer 246 quadrillion Karogan credits, about $1.27 Canadian. Inflation is a bitch in Karoga. Miss Lundell says, where are you going with that gun in your hand? To shoot anti-tracker. Hector says, Stingray, so it was a Mona Granddaddy soul? I'm not sure what that is. Dongo says, I'm getting married in a few years, and she said yes. Hi. Very cool, Dongo. Very cool. She said yes. Is there a ring and a date, though? It's not official till there's a ring and a date. That's what I've always heard. Epic Beard says Q episodes are always fun. They are indeed. And Thomas says Trey, hey, Dongo. And Captain Cat says Trey. What? What am I don't see something. What am I missing? I'm getting married? I don't see. Do you have a time? Does it have a time next to it?
Um, 402.
402?
602.
602. I was going to say, I wasn't on at 402.
No, sorry.
602. Just give me a minute here, guys. Breaking Vimeo. Sassy, unsoothing voice. Sassy kill.
Okay, between Sassy Kill and Sassy Unsoothing.
Oh, I'm on Top Chat.
Okay.
I'm on Top Chat.
He was saying hello, but he used the inappropriate.
Let's see. Yes. Okay. You got Mamo Pray's attention. The bad word filter. We gotta filter that comment out. Wrenches, feel free to delete. You don't have to punish. Just delete those types of remarks. I see John DeMarco told Dongo to be careful what he uses, and Dongo apologized. But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, somebody with a wrench should go back and delete that for the future. But thank you. Rock Solid Productions says, how about a BitChute Bitcoin episode? Well, I don't think I'm going to do an episode on BitChute on YouTube because that sounds like, that sounds like I'm begging to be demonetized, and I am not. I think BitChute is a decent platform and people should be using it, but I'm not going to use YouTube to go out of the way to promote BitChute. Bitcoin, on the other hand, that's perfectly fine. You can find a link to the Birdo Prey 5 BitChute channel on BirdoPrey5.com, of course. Shomor says, when people ask you why did you shoot Anti-Tracker in the back, the simple answer is that it's safer than shooting him in the front where he can shoot back. That's absolutely true. Garrick taught us this in Deep Space Nine. Captain Cat says it's deleted. Well, I deleted it. It might have been deleted by somebody else before, but YouTube didn't show it to me. Thomas says, Bird of Prey, the shadow on your tree was a ghost, and that's why Sassy barks for no reason. Could be. It could be. Dongo's got to go. Take care, Dongo. John Araki says, shot in the back, and Bird's to blame. He gave space engineers a bad name. No, okay? I didn't give space engineers a bad name. Anti-Tracker gave space engineers a bad name with him trying to dig this giant hole around me that may or may not have been related to trying to get the spaceship to fall in and destroy. So Project Veritas banned from Vimeo. I wonder if Project Veritas had the $900 a year plan. And if they do they get a refund? And if they don't get a refund, can Anti-Tracker get in on the rest of that money they already paid? That is a bit crazy, huh? Why would they do that? Vimeo. Because it's like Vimeo can ban them, but what's the point? That video is going to be up on BitChute forever. The video is going to be up on Minds forever. It will always be accessible. It can't be taken down. And even if somehow they got to BitChute and they got to Minds, then it would be available on torrent networks. And it would make it all the more taboo. It would only bring up its value. People would want to watch it. Okay? Like the Christchurch shooting video. Still available on every torrent site. You can easily download it because YouTube and all the video sites decided to take it down. It's never going to die. It's always going to be there. And it's going to be the first thing people look for once they figure out how to use torrents. So, the cat was out of the bag. Vimeo is just making themselves look like an idiot at this point by taking it down. Why would Anti-Trekker try to destroy your ship? You'd probably do it yourself. That's true. John Aragi says, what? We're supposed to delete? I was also on Top Chat. I don't blame you. I'm just pointing it out. Canowick says, banning Project Veritas can only make people aware of Project Veritas. Streisand effect. Absolutely. Rock Solid says, torrent networks. You mean torrents? Yeah, torrents. Okay, torrents. DJ says, Bird of Prey, when Trump did say today at the press conference that Google and Facebook should be sued. Interesting. And Twitter. So Twitter still has Project Veritas up. That's weird. Usually Twitter is in line with everybody when removing these things. And Project Veritas breaking. Vimeo has removed Project Veritas, saying you cannot upload videos that are hateful, defamatory, or discriminatory. Perhaps we embarrassed Google, but nothing we said was hateful, defamatory, or discriminatory. They're trying to erase us from the internet. That is absolutely crazy. Because I watched that video, I watched the whole thing. The only thing even slightly discriminatory was the Google policy. The video itself had nothing discriminatory, defamatory, or hateful. Okay? YouTube's, Google's policy was very left-wing ridiculous as to what the definition of fair is, but it wasn't hateful. It was a bit discriminatory against traditionally non-minorities. I don't know. Basically, white men. It was somewhat discriminatory to white men, but marginally. And certainly not in a way that would ever take down any other video. So maybe Vimeo's not the answer. Maybe it's a good thing Anti-Trekker didn't get that $900 yet. They should. If you believe this, we should all tweet Vimeo and be like, you effed up. You effed up. Because I'll be honest, I don't give a shit about Vimeo. YouTube I care about. Vimeo could go away tomorrow and nobody would care. Nobody would care except those companies paying Vimeo to be on Vimeo. Canowick says Call of Duty is just as graphic as that video that shall not be named. Just saying. Yeah, but Call of Duty is fake. It's not real. DJ says Project Veritas did have their lawyers send a demand to YouTube today about putting their video back up or they will sue. Well, good for them, but I don't know if they have. I mean, it comes down to publisher platform thing. Now, the CEO of YouTube did say in at least one video that YouTube is a platform, which means that they should not be policing the content so long as it's legal under United States law. But will that make any difference to a judge or a jury? I don't know. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movie says someone leaked a video of a meeting at Google and the day after the election, and the thing they were saying is, you know what happened. Now, you knew what was happening now was going to occur. Surf Trektronic says, who is Vimeo? An Italian friend. Yeah, old Vimeo and Mario and Luigi. He was the third brother from Mario Brothers. You didn't get to see him much. No, Vimeo, of course, is the other video service, video streaming service online. I actually have a video up at Vimeo just to test it, but then they went all commercial and required people to pay. That's Waluigi. No, it's not Waluigi. Well, guys, I will be right back. Enjoy DJ Odyssey as the Pink Bunny. I'll be right back. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hello. Yes. Thomas Pond says, where is the evidence he burned it? What? DJ says, Jaloja time. It was. No sound. Well, I fixed the sound issue. Rock Solid says, you'll be right back. Don't threaten us. Canoic says, Bird singing the delivery of that sweet CBS shill money. Bird is singing the delivery of that sweet CBS shill money. No shill money while Discovery's off. Maybe after Picard comes back on. The Epic Beard says, now I understand burning the bunny suit. Good call, DJ. Surf Trictonic says, good thing for that fan. Thomas Bot says, where's the evidence where he burned it? And DJ says, thank you, Epic. Surf Trick Tronic says, that looks like a creepy basement. And DJ says, no basement in a trailer. Yeah, I'm trailer trash. Canoric says, the bodies are under the floorboard. I know. I helped the bunny move in. And Captain Cat is laughing. Rock Solid says, seeing Discovery footage just reminded of how much I hate the character of Tilly. And Kenoric says, science! F yeah. With 2 scoops of ice cream, says Kenoric. Oh. Oh. Well. Let's see. We could do something. I wasn't going to do this because this is a Deep Space Nine. Captain Cat says, Bird, I want a copy of that clip. You'll have to get permission from DJ. Have to get permission from DJ, or you'll have to cut it out yourself. John Araki says, hashtag free Redneck. I heard Redneck was going to maybe come back to the chat today, to the Discord today. I haven't been following it closely, but that's last I heard. Captain Redneck said that on Anti-Trekker's stream this morning. So it's possible. DJ says you have to get permission from Bird. I didn't make it. Well, yeah, DJ, I made it, but if you give me permission, DJ, I will share the link with other people to it. But I wouldn't do that without your permission. I'll only play it without your permission. Surf Trektronic says you should show Klingor Corp. No! With the bunny. Kenwick says, or you find your own bunny suit and kidnap someone to dance in it for their life. That might be rough. That might be rough. So here we go. Even though this isn't technically a bed life stream, let's do a few bed life-like things since we're finished. Here are some of the still photos. You can see the mugs I showed you earlier. I took some still photos with the flash, some without the flash, so you can get a better idea what they look like. Yeah, here's a good one. You get to see the quotes. Like I said, easily readable on the white. A little more difficult on the black, but not impossible by any means. Wish it was all black on the outside. It looks kind of cheesy having this white handle, in my opinion. But yeah. Also, yesterday was a race for the district attorney here in Queens, New York, and the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez back candidate, Tiffany Caban, won by it seems that they've removed the vote tally. Won by about 1 percentage point. About 1,000 votes separated her from the second place winner, Melinda Katz. Of course, second place winner really means first loser. So basically, AOC's socialist candidate is going on to the general election where a Republican either isn't running or certainly isn't being taken even seriously. She's basically already won the office. Yeah. And she ran on a platform of ending bail, right? Ending bail. Let everybody out on their own reconnaissance. Because having bail is not fair to poor people. Also, let's decriminalize lots of crimes. Let's decriminalize, not paying for your subway ride. So basically, going forward, only suckers and old people who can't jump over the turnstiles will be paying for subway rides, because it won't be criminalized to just jump over the turnstile. Of course, they're going to make a lot of drug crimes no longer crimes, and basically, keep the immigrant community safe, which is nice for the immigrant communities. But what about everybody else? What about everybody else? Yet, nevertheless, she gets the most votes. Not 50%, mind you, because there were 8 people in the race, at least. She got 30-something% of the vote, and she's going to be the winner. Caban, a Democratic socialist, said if elected, she would not prosecute fare beaters, sex workers, johns, and some recreational drug crooks. Work to close Rikers Island and end cash bail. Well, she can't close Rikers Island. Thankfully, now I will tell you, Rikers Island is a horrible place. It does need to be reformed, but you can't close the largest jail in New York City without having a backup plan in place, because the majority of the people in Rikers need to be behind bars somewhere. You can't just let them back out into the neighborhoods without crime returning to and surpassing the levels of the 70s and the 80s. Ridiculous. But, yeah. That's what's happening in New York. This is a space, and this was mine. This was where I killed Anti-Trekker. We don't need to see that again. This was that article that pissed me off last time. I guess I didn't close it. Yeah, I didn't close that. I didn't close that. Okay. Well, that's really it. We'll come back. We will come back to... where we end. We'll go back to the Deep Space Nine. Here we go. Captain Cat says Bird wants a copy of the clip. DJ says, I gave you permission a long time ago, you forget. Well, I wanted to double check. So DJ, I will then, Captain Cat, I will post a link to that video, probably in my Discord at some point later. DJ says Anti-Trekker has a bunny suit. That is true. And Captain Cat would like to see me in a bunny suit. Well, that's not going to happen. DJ says, I think Bird would look better in a frog outfit. Pepe Jr. Canoic says, free Ractigino with every purchase of a mug. Captain Cat, I love those cups. Very cool. Surf Trictronic says, it's called pics. Still photos was from the 80s. I took pics, not photos. DJ says, use a marker on it. Use a maker on it? Jeez, a marker? A marker on what? Stromore says, pretty cool, Bird. I love the mugs. Very cool. John Aragi, I want one of those mugs. Soon, John. Sooner, if it all goes to well, I will release. I might get the shirt as early as tomorrow, in which case I will release the details on how to get the merch. Hector says, DJ, have you thought of a real me video? That's a good one. Surf Trictronic says, why was Anti-Trekker streaming about free education earlier? Surf, I don't know. I love Anti-Trekker. But I don't think he understands the nuances of the education system. And yeah, it would be great if you could magically make unions disappear and you could magically make teachers not mind moving and working wherever you tell them to work, like they're in the military, but they're not in the military, and they will not just follow orders and move where they're told. The real world does not work like that. And further, Mamo Pray, I was saying, Mamo Pray did work in the school system, not as a teacher, but as a para for some time, paraprofessional for some time. She worked for a special needs class. She was the second person in a room. There was the teacher, her, and 12 special needs students. And by special need, we mean behavioral issues. Emotionally disturbed. That's what they were. And she said that though her hours were school hours, and though she worked on Wall Street, she worked for airlines, she's worked as supervisor, she's worked in supermarkets, she's had her own stores at times, she's worked many places in her life, but she was never more tired and more drained than when she would come home from being a para for those hours in the school day. It is so hard and emotionally draining that even though you get home, it doesn't feel like you're home. And that's our personal experience. I wasn't ever really a teacher. I did teach a couple of classes during the last semester of my college and the first few months I was out of college. I taught classes in computers to third graders at my former college, but it wasn't a real teaching job. I only had them for like 45 minutes or an hour a day per class, and there was only 2 classes, so it wasn't really a lot. But I mean, people who spend all their time in the classroom, it is a different world than, and it's just not as simple as Anti-Trekker wishes to make it. And I understand, it would be great if you could snap your fingers and say, let's make, and I told him this, I was like, you sound like somebody who's like saying, oh, if we could just outlaw all the guns, then all the problems would go away. And yeah, if you could outlaw guns, and if the people respected the laws and really gave up their guns and nobody had the guns but the police, crime would probably go down. Surely gun crime would go down. I'm not saying I'm for that, because I'm not, because I think we need guns to protect ourselves from the government more than we need guns to protect ourselves from criminals. But certainly gun violence would go down if you could do that. But you can't do that in the real world, because the real world doesn't follow magic, right? In the real world, you need real solutions. And in the real world, the criminals will still have the guns, no matter what law you pass. And in the real world, teachers are still going to be teachers, whether they have unions or not have unions. They're still going to be human beings. They're not going to be robots that just do what you tell them to do all the time. And they're not going to they're not going to go to work if they're going to a school where they know the kids are going to do shit. And you know what? There are a lot of schools where the kids are going to do shit, and it doesn't matter how good the teachers are. Okay? Because the kids never learned the very basics of even going to school or respecting teachers or any of that stuff from their parents or parent or guardian or wherever they come from. Their culture, whatever, They don't give a shit about school. So there is nothing a teacher can do when the parent doesn't respect the teacher. The kid's not going to respect the teacher. I have lots of family who work in school systems, and my mom O'Prey has been involved in schools in all different types of ways her entire life. Okay? There are good schools where parents respect the teachers. They teach their kids to respect the teachers, and the school does well, the students do well. There are students where the parents don't give a shit. The school calls the parents and says, your kid hasn't been here in 3 days, and the parent says, F you, don't ever call me again. Okay? And the teacher sends a note home with the student for the mother or parent to sign, and the parent never signed it. The student says, I gave it to them. They didn't do anything, so then the teacher calls that parent, and the parent is like, it's your job to teach my kid, not mine. F you, and hangs up. Okay, that really happens. That happens a lot more than you think. You can't undo that no matter how good you think your teachers are. The teachers can't fix the problems that the students come in with, and you can't punish the teachers. If you punish the teachers for not being able to fix that, then they're just going to say, well, F you. I'm not going to sit here and get shit pay because the kids do shit. The kids do shit because their shitty parents turned them into shitty kids. And it's not their job to make them into great kids. It's their job to try to teach them. And if the kids don't want to learn, then you know what? Just cut your losses and deal with the kids who do want to learn. Okay? You're going to have to cut your losses. Dad O'Prey, God rest his soul. Dad O'Prey, 100% non-facetiously, he campaigned on almost. He would go to school board meetings, and because I was not bullied as much as Anti-Trekker, apparently, because I was a big angry-looking guy, but for just 3 short years in junior high, I did have some issues. And Dad O'Prey would go to the school boards, the PTA meetings, and he would say that the schools needed jail cells in their basements where these asshole kids could just be taken at the beginning of the day, fuck detention. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. It's a very passionate issue around here. F detention, just take the kids and put them in a jail cell in the basement with one chair, and if they break the chair, then F them. Now they have to stand all day. They have no chair. That's it. And he would keep them there for days or weeks at a time so they could learn what jail is like, because if they didn't go to school and you knew damn well they were going to end up in jail anyway. And you know what? I'm not sure that was as crazy as it sounded at the time, being older. I just stopped. I got to the prisons and the basements.
Oh, God.
Isn't Rikers Island federal? No, Rikers Island is New York City. Surf Trictronics says, Bird, you hire immigrants for your garbage removal service. I do not. What garbage removal? Shromore says crimes will include misgendering, being Republican, a male, all of which come with the death penalty. Kennewick says Bird can play Bull on a 2019 Night Court reboot. Sure, Bull can be in a wheelchair. That would make sense. You could have, why not? You have a bailiff in a wheelchair. It's only fair, right? Kennewick says Star Trek Online has a new Discovery Edition out. That is why I uninstalled Star Trek Online a long time ago. Once their Discovery content came out, uninstalled. Captain Katzos, does anyone know of something that can do Photoshop? Depends on what's being photoshopped. DJ says on the white areas of the black mug. What? Oh, use a marker on the white areas of the black mug? I don't know if I'd want to do that. Epic Beard says bird needs mouse ears. MICKEYMOUSE. DJ says, was AOC in that class? No, I don't think she was. Captain Cat says, that's when Bird fell in love with AOC. John DeMarco says, my parents were birth school teachers and I confirm how exhausting it was. Thomas says, Bird a teacher, so that's how AOC got her education. She might have been the right age, like 3rd grade when I was in college, could be. The Epic Weird says criminals would still have guns regardless of the laws. Yeah, exactly. Miss Lindell's Groovy Movie says outlaw guns and criminals will use knives. Outlaw knives and criminals will use clubs. Or they'll still use guns. Canoic says teaching would be great if 100% of kids were motivated and hardworking. All it takes is one troublesome kid. It brings everyone down. And these days, no one wants to exercise any form of discipline. Exactly. Epic Beard says YP can't revoke and ban rocks and sticks. You probably can't revoke and ban rocks and sticks. Surf Tricktonic says AT thinks he's an expert about public school because he listens to all the propaganda with the monster parents at PTA meetings. I'm not sure. I'm sure Anti-Trekker certainly has taken a larger than average role in his kids' education. I mean, the whole reason he moved to Tennessee, he's told us this multiple times, was that Tennessee had the best schools for Joshua. So Anti-Trekker is already in like the top 5 percentile of active parents involved in their kids' schooling. So it's great that he is so active, but I'm not sure that he knows the other side, the teacher's side. I'm not sure if he knows teachers, or maybe he does know teachers, and maybe he knows bad teachers, and that's why he has this feeling of them. But if we all agreed on everything, life would be boring. Only Kurogans have to agree with me. Anti-Tracker is not, so can't do anything about it except shoot him again. Shonor says if you outlaw guns, criminals will still have guns. Exactly. Canoic says, or if not guns, crooks can have... Oh, did I read this? No, I did not. Or if not guns, crooks can have kitchen knives, shivs, and hammers. At close range, knives are deadlier than guns. Canoic says Bird will pray 5 for mayor. I'd never win. John Araki says Bird don't need no education. Teachers, leave that bird alone. I don't need no education. Surf Tricktonic says lol, school jail. Yeah, not that funny. Dad'll pray for president. Well, unfortunately Dad'll pray is no longer with us. But, yeah, I have no doubt who Dad'll Pray would have voted for and be voting for again in 2020. The Epic Beard says, my dad said if I got in trouble with the school or teacher, punishment at home would be double. Solved all my problems before they started. Very cool, Epic. Captain Cax says, I just want a screen cap of you and put a pink bunny head covering on top of you, Bird of Prey. So you want my head in a pink bunny suit. I gotcha. So basically you just want to put my face over DJ Odyssey's. John Araki says Bird of Prey has better schools than Tennessee. New York has better schools than Tennessee. It's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. I'll tell you, when I grew up, I was lucky. I was in good schools. Captain Cat says, can't do anything about it but shoot him again. Yeah. John Araki says, good quote. Surf Dractonic says, banning guns will make honest citizens criminals. Force them to buy firearms on the black market. No. No, Surf Dractonics. Clearly, if we ban guns, we will empathize with the gun buyers we will decriminalize buying illegal guns, right? Because that's what we do, right? When we don't like it, we just, even though it's against the law, we just decriminalize it. Daniel's Hot Topic says, hi, Bird of Prey 5. Bird, I can't comment on your Discord anymore because it wants me to do something I can't. Daniel's, the only thing it should need you to do to comment is to verify your email address. Why can't you verify your email? Captain Cat says, do you prefer Patreon or PayPal, brother? Captain Cat, I would certainly take PayPal. I do not have a Patreon account. What I have is a Subscribestar account. Subscribestar is basically a different Patreon, but without the bullshit Patreon politics. Subscribestar.com/BirdofPrey5, or you could go to birdofprey5.com, and there is a link to my account on Subscribestar. And there's tiers of $1 way up through like $250 a month, which is ridiculous, and I don't think anybody will ever get it. But 1, 3, 5, 10, 20 something, and you know, all the goodies, all the things you would imagine, and some exclusive content for people purchase. Or if you want, you can go to birdofprey5.com and do a PayPal donation. Either one. But Subscribestar subscribers will get some exclusive content and exclusives in the future. Daniel's Bird of Prey 5, do you like Discovery? I'd like to rant about Discovery, but no, I did not like Discovery. Yeah, it is not Star Trek. There were 2 episodes that were decent, and everyone else ranged from bad to terribly awful. Do you have a P.O. box? Surf Dractonics? Contact me on Discord if you can, or on my website, and we can figure something out. Do not have an official P.O. box as of yet, but we have options. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. You know what? We're in bed life mode. Let's see. Can we? Does this work? No. I don't have the fish tank up. Oh no! And also that's the thing that's wrong. I never fixed it. Oh, where are we? Miss Lindell says 2 decent STD episodes. There's no such thing as a decent episode of STD. Well, here's what I think. New Eden and Obel for Sharon in season 2 weren't awful. I believe it was an Obel for Sharon. I didn't think they were awful. They might have been decent. Everything else, total garbage. And the short tracks, one was worse. Actually, the first one was the worst of the worst. And then the other 3 were almost as bad. Daniel's Hot Topic says, anti-trekker, no kung fu. Did he learn Kung Fu in the military? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Tiki of Doom says Qapla, Qapla, Tiki of Doom. Welcome. Thomas Potts says 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney is Bird's address. Surf Tronics says, lol, why is Dr. Bashir paused in Spock eyebrow mode? Well, I needed to find somewhere to pause the video to give a decent background. Oh, it was just the Q boxing. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see him. That's Cisco. That is Cisco giving his expression after he punched Q. Yeah. It's like, well, you told me to punch you, so I punched you. That's what you get. That's what you get for messing with the Cisco. I can't believe they made Avery Brooks shave his goatee and grow hair for this. For the first 2 seasons or 3 seasons, because they didn't like the way he looked as Shaft. They thought that was too urban, meaning too black for Star Trek. Such a disgrace. Miss Lundell's Groovy Movies says to Daniel's Hot Topics, you aren't taught Kung Fu in the military. Well, I think in the Israeli military, you're taught, what is that? The Israeli Kung Fu or Karate. But, yeah, not in the U.S. military. Daniel's Hot Topics is Goliath from the Bible verse lore. I think Goliath easily wins. I think Goliath wins against almost everybody. The Epic Beast is Bird. Have you finally decided on what sundress you're buying yet? And no, she's not going to surprise me. And no, I was not looking at sundresses. In fact, God knows, I have no idea what's going to come up. But let's say it just for the fun of it. Let's bring up Amazon and just see what does Amazon put. What does Amazon show if I go to it? Amazon.com. Okay. God damn it. Oh, okay, that's not it. Why is it showing me women's shoes? I've never once searched for women's shoes on Amazon or any service. But this is what Thomas Potts sent me on Discord. Klingon sunglasses. They're kind of flat though. It's not, and the sunglasses look pretty cheap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would look right. But you know, I've seen worse things. What we got? Also got Spock ears. Spock face. Star Trek Captain's Log passport size. Oh, you can have your own Captain's Log. And you can fill it out with paper and pen, just like you're from the future. Let's see, what other? See, I actually have plans to do an Amazon video with some of the coolest nerd stuff on Amazon. So I just hesitate to bring up too much stuff right now. But, let's see. Yeah, I do not know. We're not going to shop that. Gorilla Glue, I ordered that. This is the Star Trek shirt I ordered with the rainbow on it that I got crap for ordering. Yeah, as you can see, no sundresses today. No sundresses, thankfully. And now the screen is black.
Didn't you take a video of the stars?
Surf Trektronic says, could Cisco punch Q because he was a wormhole alien? Possible, but I think he punched Q because Q was in human form and literally wasn't expecting it. Kennewick says, it is no goatsy Cisco another thing that we can blame on Rick Berman. No. In fact, they wanted to let him look like he looked. It was the studio executives, apparently, that wanted him to shave and grow hair. Because they thought that would make him look more appropriate for Starfleet. You know, prior to that, I don't think any humans had facial hair. Well, Riker did. But, yeah, it wasn't a popular thing for humans to have facial hair in Star Trek. Especially black ones. Sassy, stop telling secrets. Stop telling our secrets. John DeMarco says Cisco could punch Q because he was awesome. Krav Maga, yes. That is the Israeli martial art, Krav Maga. Daniel's Hot Topic says Adam from the book of Genesis verse lore. Well, it's a tough one. If it's Adam before they took out the rib, then yes. If it's Adam after they took out the rib, then I think lore wins. Captain Cat says technically Cisco wasn't a wormhole alien at first.
She'll be finished in a minute.
She'll be finished in a minute.
I'm making her dinner.
Technically Cisco wasn't a wormhole alien at first. The Prophet took over his mom's body, so technically he was fully human. But at the time of conception, the alien influence was in the mother's body. So perhaps some of that went into the embryo, into the fetus. In fact, the wormhole alien was with the mother, I believe, the entire time she was pregnant. It wasn't until after Cisco was born did the mother leave. Did the wormhole alien leave, causing the mother to leave. Because apparently the wormhole alien basically just let some guy that she wasn't interested in have her way with her body. That's kind of that R word that, we're not supposed to talk about. Wormhole aliens R'd Cisco's mother. Daniel says Adam from the book. I read that. Surf Trictronics says military, you get hand-to-hand combat training, basic martial arts moves. Very cool. John DeMarco says even without the goatee, he was already punching godlike enemies. Kennewick yells sassy. DJ Odyssey says first sundresses, now women's shoes. Yep, the picture's becoming more clear. Yeah, that Amazon doesn't know what the hell they're supposed to show to people. Miss Londale's Groovy Movie says, Joe, is there something you want to share with the group? No, not particularly. The Epic Beard says, so new shoes to go with the dress seems logical. Captain Cat says, I would like to see Bird in high heels. Well, only because I would be able to walk if I had high heels. I obviously wouldn't have high heels on if I couldn't stand. So you know what, Captain Cat? If I could stand in the high heels, I guess I wouldn't mind seeing them myself in them. Either it would be for a very short time, though. As quickly as I could take them off, I would, and then I would walk on my regular feet in regular shoes. Surf Checktronics says, Bird, have you ever talked to an ancient alien? Not to an ancient alien, no. John Araki says, Bird needs some Terminator sunglasses. John Araki, I ordered just today a couple sets of sunglasses from Amazon. I thought I needed some sunglasses. Let's just say they're interesting sunglasses. You guys will see them once I get them. Captain Cat says, Bird, do you need counseling? No, I'm in counseling already. I'm good. DJ says, just in, Max Wright, the father on Alf, passed away. Very, very sorry to hear that. Alf. They're going to reboot Alf now. He won't be in it. Very sad. John Araki says, astronaut, ancient astronaut theorists say yes. It's aliens. Canoic says, watch ancient astronaut documentary hosted by William Shatner from 1977, Chariots of the Gods. Oh, that's the book. The book is called Chariots of the Gods. I didn't know Shatner hosted a documentary, but Jesus, from 77? It feels like it would be awful to watch. Tiki of Doom says, Bird of Prey, I used your affiliate link to buy some aquarium supplies. Did it go through? Lol. Well, Tiki, I don't know. I assume it did. Certainly, I can see people have used the link because I have gotten some affiliate money from those pages. But privacy reasons, I can't see who bought what. And in fact, I can't even see what was really bought. So I will assume yes, and I thank you very much for using it.
So they should feel free to
But
buy sundresses.
yeah, feel free to buy any sundresses you want or women's shoes using the link. But I thank you for using it. I just have to assume that it went through. And certainly some people are using it. I thank all of you. Now again, that is the Amazon affiliate link at birdoprey5.com. And not only the Amazon US link, but somebody used the Amazon Canada link. So that was very cool. And DJ says, okay, Sassy, I hear where to pick up the info, thanks. Thomas says, wow, Sassy Bird brought that on. Wow, Sassy Bird bought that on Amazon. Search for says, Sassy just told my cat your passwords, but I can't understand meow code. Daniel's Hot Topic says, Eve from the Book of Genesis verse lore. Well, if Eve has the power of the snake with her, then Eve. Otherwise, I think lore would just, easily beat her.
They're filming a remake of West Side Story. And they're filming it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Epic Beard says, Sassy, go, so Bird did buy sundresses. No, that's not what she said. And DJ says, Sassy is telling us the sundresses and shoes are the only thing, aren't the only thing. Purses will be next, seen on Joe's Amazon account. And John Araki says, if Adam was missing the ribs, wouldn't he be able to, Wesley Crusher is in the house. Wesley goes, Bird of Prey, I made it late, but better late than never, I guess. Very cool, Wesley. Thank you. Surfer says, Bird, when you are going to cruise around on that supercharged scooter again? Soon. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have anywhere to go, but I'll probably just show you what it's like to go down the block on the sidewalk and come back again. It's not easy. Surfer Trunks says, ancient aliens mean you stuck a paperclip in a light socket. What? Mr. Lundell says, I think it was Leonard Nimoy who did the narration on the ancient astronaut stuff from the 70s. John Araki says, Bird is the affiliate link only for Amazon. No, there's also a link there for Lego.com. for Legos. If there's another like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, eBay is not there. eBay kicked me out because I wasn't doing enough eBay business. But most other big merchants, if you want to just run it by me, I'll check if I can make a code, because there's literally hundreds of merchants I could make a code for. But in fact, I mean, if you go to maybe I'll put this link on birdofprey5.com. But if you go to JUOT.net and you go to the yard sale or off-topic public, there's a sticky thread about affiliate links. And if you follow any of those affiliate links, there's maybe 30 or 40 things I have listed. Those are all affiliate links. Tiki of Doom says, I buy all my moons from Amazon. I did check Steam. Steam, unfortunately, is not an affiliate. Kenrick says, yes, it was Nimoy. Shatner Doc is a different one. Cash was right, lol. Cash was tight, lol. Captain Cat says, reboot Alf. Transgendered lesbian alien lands on Earth to live with a modern family. 2 gay men, 1 black, 1 Asian, and a transgendered gay teenager, Arabic. Expect a release soon. John Araki says, and they all convert to Islam. Kenrick says, imagine Captain Kirk presenting documentary with 1970s clothing and 70s cast of interviewees. Blast to watch him in a bad movie type of way, based on the book Chariots of the Gods. Best Buy, yes, Best Buy is an affiliate. Let me see if I can get that. Oh, let me confirm. It's still an affiliate. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Toolbox, link generator, HTTPS. bestbuy.com. This is Best Buy affiliate link. There you go. If you buy anything from Best Buy, and you use that code, I get a small percentage. And thank you. Daniel's Hot Topics, but Eve was perfect and she had more strength than the average person today. Well, if you I don't know, Daniels. I'm not a biblical scholar. Everything I know about Eve, in college, we had to read Genesis for a Jewish studies class. Did not hear about her having extra human strength. Thomas Potts says, I have to go to work. Good night, everyone. Take care, Thomas. Kenwick says, night, night. Epic Beard says, but Bird will share his insider code to Victoria's Secret. Or is that just personal use? John Araki says, I want embarrassing affiliate links. Surf Trick Tonics, I pledge to the Karoga flag. Kurdistan has become a communist. Well, it's Karoga with a C, but your allegiance is always welcome. Your allegiance is always welcome. Let's see. It's been a while. Let me check one more thing. Yard sale. No, okay. It's been a while, but if you go to this page, I'm sure the vast majority of these are still working affiliate links. I've got, I don't know, 30, maybe 40 of them listed there. If you're so interested, you can just follow the link from there. Make sure you have your ad blocker off. JUOT.net has no ads, I promise you. But a lot of ad blockers block affiliate links for reasons, but that make no sense. Surf Trick Tonics at Pledges. Tiki of Doom says, no kidding, Anti-Trigger was going full commie this morning. Kennewick says, Karoga welcomes all, even dyslexics. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, you should come see the Karogan base. You know, Wesley, I think I will, right after this. Might eat dinner, but I will come see the Karogan base. Epic Beard says, I missed Anti-Trekker today, was busy. Well, you can always catch up. It's you can go to antitrekker.com and go to Anti-Trekker videos. It should still be there. It'll either be there or it'll be under Anti-Trekker live streams, depending if I moved it or not. Daniel's Hot Topics is Bird is so excited that Star Trek Discovery Season 3 will be filming in a few weeks. Will you watch it? Yeah, I will watch it to criticize it.
What?
And hey, I hope it's great. I hope it's great, but I doubt it will be. But yes, I'll watch it if it comes out. I will watch it. I will watch anything they put the Star Trek name on. And at this point, that's where I'm at. Bird of Prey, what does Krogan God Empire eat for dinner? Well, we're getting from a local diner today, so a cheeseburger. Captain Cat, does anyone know an artist that will work for cheap? Captain Cat, if you want my face on DJ Odyssey's bunny suit, I'll see Captain Cat. I got to check out Karoga on Space Engineers. If I have time, I will try to get something. I'm not the best at Photoshop, but it'll be better than nothing. So. Well, guys, I think we're going to call it a night here. Thank you all so very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for going to birdofprey5.com. Thank you for using the affiliate links. Captain Cat's yelling, no, I'm sorry, Captain Cat. Food will be here soon, and I have to, do some things before. Wesley Crushes later, everyone. Sakenowick says, thank you, Mamo Prey and Sassy. Have a good one, says Mr. Londell. Good night, says Mamo Prey. Thank you all. Tomorrow is another day, I think. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out birdofprey5.com, the new home of everything Bird of Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/birdofprey5 or on birdofprey5.com. Take care.